I know that this video's topic might seem a little random and might seem out of place for a channel like mine, but I would like to start this video by stating something very important that will go with basically everything I'm gonna say here. Team Fortress 2 is one of my favorite games ever made. I truly, unabashedly love this game. I've spent a lot of money in this game, and though my overall hours may be lower than a lot of others who are making videos like this, with my ADHD-addled brain constantly jumping between games, these hours are a lot for someone like me. It's a game with exceptional staying power, as each class has so many playstyles, weapons, and strategies to master, it could take years just to fully master one of them. Though other games can take inspiration from the game and can scratch a similar itch, I don't think any of them truly hit like this game does. It's a constant learning experience, no matter how good you get at the game, with each class having different things to do on each map, with different weapons constantly adding to the playing field. In fact, before I was a video essay person, this channel was originally going to be a TF2 centered channel. I like the game that much. It's an excellent game to just queue up in at any time and have an incredible experience, either playing as a team or stomping alone. Except there's one very major thing I completely neglected to mention. The game is basically unplayable. What do you guys think of the current state of the game?
Absolutely horrible.
If you queue for a casual match right now, more than likely, the match will be entirely filled with sniper bots spamming racism or music in the voice chat, one-shotting any normal player, and if you do manage to leave spawn, you'll be vote kicked out. I'm not exaggerating when I say around 5 out of 6 matches will always be plagued by bots. Queue up, the whole match is already bots. Oh, here's a server that's not all bots. Oops, it's been 2 minutes and now it is. The main reason this happens is because Sniper is the only character that can easily one-shot kill with precision. Take away the human error in that precision, and there you go. I'm not joking where I booted up the game with a goal of gathering footage of bots and immediately have game after game after game where the server was either already dead in the water or in the process of being drowned. Yes, it's not uncommon for bots or hackers to be in games, especially shooters like this, but those matches when you see them should be won in thousands, not every single time. It's rare you get a match that just plays normally without any hiccups, which if I'm going to be completely honest, is completely embarrassing from a company like Valve. And to drive this knife even deeper, this has been going on for 5 years. How do you guys feel about TF2 casual right now?
It's awful.
A few people on my Nintendo video commented that they didn't like that I complimented Gabe Newell or Valve at all, and thought that Valve was just as deserving of an ass blasting as Nintendo. Well, I hope Valve took its soup rep, because it's time for their full-on colonoscopy. It's no secret how insanely rich Valve is. As the owner of the biggest digital game platform on PC, they have billions upon billions of dollars to put into software and software upkeep. But what's really funny is that they just don't most of the time. I need to clarify that at Valve, the way things work is a lot different from other companies. Basically, if you're busy working on one project, but see someone working on one you're more interested in, you can leave what you're working on and go to theirs. That is honestly really great if you ask me, because that means people have a lot more freedom in what they work on. However, for a company that has multiple online games running and being updated and monetized, this does not work. TF2 is 17 years old, meaning most employees would probably rather work on VR and Steam Deck stuff than it. But that is resulting in the game falling apart because of the constant influx of cheaters. And this isn't something that only affects TF2, because Valve's neglect is common in so many of their products. I'm not going to name all of them, but the obvious ones right now would be TF2, of course, but also Steam. Have you noticed how many random asset flips, lazy cash grabs, and unfinished messes end up on the storefront, while other games that deserve attention get swallowed by the constant dumping of games onto the store? That's because giving a fuck about what gets put on your platform and constantly moderating it costs manpower. Manpower that doesn't want to work on Steam. Let's look at Valve's actual most popular shooter, and one of the most popular shooters ever, Counter-Strike. Oh, isn't that funny? The same bot issues plaguing TF2 are popping up here as well. Why? Because it uses the same awful anti-cheat that's been cracked for an eternity. Will Valve fix it? Probably not. And that's absolutely insane. Counter-Strike 2 is one of the most played games on Steam at all times. It makes Valve an insane amount of cash, and yet when it comes to something ruining the experience, on top of that, a competitive experience, I don't know how to take that other than to be completely insulted. Now, this all really stems from the fact that Valve has very few employees for its size. More than likely, if I'm highballing it right now, it probably has around 600 people working for it right now. Now, that sounds like a lot, so I'm gonna take a look at another big game company who hosts a platform. Oh, over 4,000, even after massive immoral layoffs. The easiest solution is to hire people that want to work on these online infrastructures, not just TF2. I don't care if that game gets actual content updates or anything. I just want the bots gone. Thing is, why would they? Valve makes more money in a month than most of us will in our entire lives doing what it's doing. Why change what isn't broken? But it is broken, except unlike a lot of the industry where it's broken from the company side, Valve is broken from a customer standpoint. TF2 and especially Counter-Strike get regular updates with new cosmetics and skins. Valve wants us to pay for these skins with real money. Again, I've done this, and these games are free with thriving player markets. I don't mind it personally. However, it's incredibly scummy that Valve wants us to spend massive amounts of cash to gamble in their games while not keeping them playable. They want the community to make the maps, the skins, and the hats. They want the community to buy those items, but they refuse to make a game that works for the community. And then there's the communication. Valve is notorious for not talking to their customers. They leave them out to dry waiting for anything, any single word about an issue, only for maybe 1 or 2 short sentences about new cosmetics or bug fixes. Let's take a look at the TF2 Twitter right now to see what they last said. Oh yeah, the time where they basically fucking lied. Okay, that's an exaggeration. They did actually do a couple updates to the anti-cheat, but when the botters figured out how to get past it, Valve did nothing. Once again, complete radio silence. More skins, more cosmetics, a huge summer update with new maps. Good luck playing on them, asshole. Anti-cheats in online games need constant upkeep, but like I've said, Valve doesn't want constant upkeep. They want to move on to the next big thing. But again, that doesn't work with online infrastructures. And the radio silence makes it even worse, because for a lot of people, that shit gives them false hope. How are you guys feeling about the game?
In terms of bots, that just needs to be...
Valve will never come out and say they're done with major updates, or that they can't fix bots, or that they don't want to fix the bots, because they want us to think they have plans for it in the works. But if something isn't done, those plans won't go anywhere. And that's what I and everyone else today is trying to do. Something. Yes, last time, not much, if anything, got done. But the thing is, that doesn't matter. We know now that Valve sees this shit. Game journalists see it too, and even topic of the day YouTubers see it. It's a big wave of attention to a game everyone already knows about. I don't think I need to explain the impact TF2 and its characters have on the internet. They reach far past the game itself, but everyone still knows exactly what it is. It's gotten a resurgence in the last few years too. New animations, the voice actors having fun. An entire horror movie made with these characters. When we said save TF2, people may not have understood what we wanted it saved from, but they knew that something was up with that game everyone likes. It doesn't matter that other games are more popular in terms of player numbers. TF2 is a massive thing, and the fact that Valve continues to neglect the obvious problem plaguing it is truly pathetic, and a light needs to be shined on that, which is why now it's fixed TF2, because it doesn't need saving. The community is thriving, but the game itself doesn't work. Yo, hey, this is very important.
Let's hear it.
It'll just take a sec. Okay, so what do you think of the current state of Team Fortress 2 in terms of the bots?
It's real bad. It's heinously bad. There's probably more bots than there are real players.
All right, cool, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Now, this sounds like a lot of hoopla to be making over a 17-year-old game, right? Wrong! TF2 is one of the most entertaining and endlessly fun games online. The shit you see here, you don't see anywhere else. The fact that so much of its movement is physics-based instead of purely ability-based means that how you play is up to your skill and playstyle, not entirely by the limitations placed on you. If you look at something like Overwatch, fun game, but a lot of the movement opportunities and different ways to play are very character dependent because all of those abilities are spread between a lot of different characters. In TF2, there's so many ways of approaching every encounter, down to which person gets to have you as their medic girlfriend today who's going to pocket them. People have put hundreds of hours into each class, not because they're only good with one class, but because that class has so much depth. There's so much to learn and so much fun to be had, and they want to master them. Even outside of that, the game is just fun. It's chaotic, it's silly, and it's just entertaining. If you had to say overall how you feel about casual right now, what would it be?
It sucks, but you know what? I think right now TF2 is in the worst state it could be. But the community Those are the people you should be staying with, regardless.
Now, you might be thinking, well, why not play on a community server? Oh, that's a great idea, actually. Let's check out the community server tab.
What the hell is this?
How do you expect anyone, new player or just someone who isn't accustomed to 20-year-old server selectors, supposed to navigate this? You know what's way easier? But almost forgot, this is a lottery now. It's so convenient to just choose a game mode, choose what maps you want, and then hit the go button. Not search across the internet for a decent server near your area with the rule sets, maps, and modes you want. There's some great community servers, don't get me wrong, and unlike normal servers, they actually have working anti-cheats. But they also tend to not feel the same as normal casual. In normal casual matches, you'll have a random person who just started playing with no items trying to figure out how to do anything. Meanwhile, a 10,000 hour scout or soldier is in the middle of pub stomping while someone bitches about a player who keeps killing them. Meanwhile, my team has built 80 teleporters in one room because why not? But in something like Ungletopia, a server I do personally enjoy, it's mostly people who are tryharding, trying to push themselves to be the best at the game. And that's fine. In fact, I like doing that too, but sometimes I like the comedy of normal casual. Then there's servers that swing way the fuck over, like 24-hour instant respawn 2-4 servers, which again, fun, but not the same. Nothing really hits that normal Valve pub feeling like a normal Valve pub. Plus, I like seeing my stupid level number go up. Leave me alone. When I was recording for this video, when I did get the rare, completely functioning normal match, it was magic. Really, this game is truly remarkable, with so many skill levels and playstyles clashing together in a way that's both chaotic but also comprehensible. There were occasions where everyone coordinated perfectly as a team and we won matches easily, moments where we completely abandoned any presence of seriousness and just fucked around, ones where our massive nest of sentries got blown up so we all whined and chat about our playstyle being ruined. It's something that to this day hasn't been replicated, and for me, hasn't been topped. And I know that makes me sound like some kind of old man who won't get with the times, but I'm still young. I'm hip. In fact, yesterday I was just sticking out my get for the Rizzler. What? Look, I've been playing this game since 2015, and since then, it's something I love going back to, and it's always a fun time. All that I want to do is play the fucking game. That's literally all we're asking for with this hashtag. And yeah, I know it's weird that I've barely blamed the botters themselves, but the thing is, in every online game, there's going to be some people who are going to act like shitcocks. But it's the developer's job to make sure their game isn't so vulnerable to constant attacks like this. The bots are frustrating, extremely so, but the fact that Valve refuses to do anything about them is the most infuriating part. So, what's gonna happen? If I'm being honest, I don't really expect much. At most, another empty tweet, a slight fix, and that's it. But that's why I think this time, the noise can't let up. We shouldn't give them credit for doing nothing, and we need to make it loud and clear that this is just unacceptable. I want my TF2 matches filled with snipers that look like this, not like this. So like I'm sure a lot of Twitter is doing, all that I ask is if you care about this game, or any other Valve products that are being neglected, be loud. Be respectful, but be loud. And let them know exactly why they need to fix TF2. That's all I can really add to this conversation. In the grand scheme of things, despite my perfect opinions and incredible content, I'm a tiny, tiny voice. But hopefully this video can get at least one of you in the know why I and many others are so angry at Valve for its constant negligence and laziness when it comes to these games. I don't want any big content updates. The game is fine as is. I don't want balance patches. The game is fine as is. All I'm asking for is for the game to be playable. I'm never coming back.